What is good, credit people, and welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Bobbalam. Unfortunately, bringing back some more bad news in that last night we were talking about YNW Melly, who may have confessed to the atrocities that he did to both his best friends in the YNW crew. However, he still may get off because the evidence may not be used in the criminal trial as opposed to the civil trial wherein he's being sued by his friends' families that were the victims of his crimes, or alleged crimes that is. But in King Von's case, it actually has brought us to the worst case scenario, and that earlier today, only moments ago, he actually passed away. Only, I don't even know, a few weeks after he started to blow up. So without further ado, the whole story of how King Von unfortunately passed away this morning. Let's talk about it. Okay, so the whole story begins last night, in which King Von was rumored to have been shot following an altercation with another rapper from Atlanta, Quando Rondo, in an Atlanta nightclub. The altercation resulted in gunfire, leading to 2 people being fatally shot in King Von's crew, and it all transpired around 3 a.m. outside the club. 2 people have been confirmed dead, as I mentioned a little bit earlier, and multiple others were injured, one of them being King Von, who was brought to the hospital in critical condition. And then earlier this morning, just moments ago, as I mentioned in the intro, he was reported to have passed away, and he was confirmed by Chop Squad DJ in an Instagram post wherein the caption stated, "My heart can't take this. No, bro. Why you? Why, bro? Please just FaceTime me, bro. Why they had to take you? I'ma see you again. This shit ain't over. It's far from over. We still just getting started. RIP to my best friend." Again, confirming King Von's passing away. The only dude to listen to me word for word from day one. We sat on FaceTime for hours making songs together. Every bar had a meaning and every song was a part of our soul. Every moment meant something, and to grow with you made me feel like I was a real producer. I love you, bro. At King Von. Now, if you still don't believe me, we actually have video footage of a police officer at the scene of the crime who explained the entire situation, in which 5 people were shot, 2 were deceased, and then a few were injured, one of them in critical condition, that being King Von.
Lounge up the street, there was a incident where 2 groups of individuals got into a physical altercation. That physical altercation escalated into an exchange of gunfire with those groups. 2 police officers who were working at that particular club or lounge noticed the gunfire, noticed the altercation, and engaged some of the people involved. There was a exchange of gunfire with police as well. At this particular point in time, we have about 5 individuals who have been shot. 2 are deceased, 1 is in critical condition, and 2 are stable at this particular point.
Additionally, there were also rumors that an off-duty police officer shot and killed King Von. However, we find out later on that this is not true. For academics, actually had a phone call with King Von's manager, who is also shot at the altercation. However, he's doing well and is at the hospital. He's fine, and he claimed the police were involved in the shooting, but they did not in fact kill King Von, and they were rightfully there on duty. So the rumors are pretty much completely false. And another thing to note is that King Von was completely unarmed, which is very sad that he was shot, given he came in peace. Now, as I mentioned before, they pretty much know who was involved in the altercation, Quando Rondo and his crew, so it looks like he may be in a bit of criminal trouble if there is any evidence at all. There were police at the crime, so Quando Rondo may be getting charged with something, but there's no new information that has come out just yet. I'm sure they don't even have Quando Rondo in custody yet, or if they will at all. But it is still very tragic nonetheless, because King Von, as I mentioned before, just blew up. I mean, he just dropped his Welcome to O Block breakout project. However, the fact of the matter is he lives what he raps. He literally rapped about altercations just like this, where he had to be involved in shootings. I mean, much of his notoriety is actually due to his history of run-ins with the law. He's had several multiple-year sentences and/or years awaiting trial. He's been charged for attempted murder. He's been caught on camera with Lil Durk, most recently in February of 2019, robbing and shooting someone in a restaurant parking lot. He was released June later that year on $300,000 bail. And then even more recently, he had beef with FBG Duck, who actually passed away at the beginning of this year in August from a drive-by shooting in Chicago where people thought it was King Von, especially because the two rappers exchanged shots at one another in diss tracks, whereas FBG Duck released a song called I'm From the 63rd that was released in March, served as a response to Von's February track Took Her to the O, wherein Von details a run-in with someone from 63rd who he ended up shooting, allegedly. But with all that being said, apparently, according to King Von on Twitter, him and FBG Duck had settled their differences before he passed away and possibly have unreleased music together. So it doesn't really look like King Von actually did the incident with FBG Duck. And even more recently, King Von had a little bit of beef with Famous Dex, but I don't think that ever got physical. That was just some internet beef shit. And they kind of settled it, saying they're both from Chicago and they don't need to be fighting each other because they're one city. And the reason I gave y'all a little bit of summary of King Von and all of the altercations and beefs he's been in is that this is I'm not gonna say expected, but he was very involved in the scene with like violence, and so honestly it's just a little reminder to y'all, this is the type of stuff that goes down in the war on Chirac. I don't know too much about it, but this type of stuff was nothing new to King Von or any of the rappers in Chicago and Atlanta that rap about this stuff on the daily. But RIP King Von. I honestly had not listened to his music just yet. I was getting ready to listen to Welcome to O'Block like literally today with the Nav mixtape. It's unfortunate that he had to go before actually going way mainstream. His album just sold like 26K first week, which is very impressive for somebody at his stature, especially going up against like Trippie Redd and Ariana Grande the same week. But yeah, again, rest in peace King Von. His legacy will live on. There's no denying that. So with that, it's your boy Bobbalam signing off. Tired of giving y'all this terrible news about these rappers. Like something's got to go down in 2020 to make it all better. Rappers got to stop going at each other and fight something in unity. Type RIP in the comments. Make sure to like and subscribe while you're at it for the latest hip hop news, drama, and analysis videos, as well as to follow me on all my socials in the description to join the Bob Gang if you with it, as well as to get further updates on this situation as to what's gonna happen with Quando Rondo. Peace out, cutter people. Know what I'm saying?